What's up, guys? It's Billy here, and I'm set up at St. Joe RetroCon in St. Joseph, Missouri. And right now, I'm sitting with Mr. Greg Smith. How you doing today, man?
Oh, really well, thanks. Having a great time.
That's awesome. So, for all of our fans and listeners out there, Greg is a part of a really cool franchise. Those of you video game lovers, you're all gonna know this, but he's part of Resident Evil. And if you can think back to when they did that really cool blend of video game and live action stuff all in the game, he was part of that. And your character was Barry
Barry
Burton.
Burton, yes. Barry was like the older at the time, and it was made 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh no, 31 years ago it was made, released 30 years ago. And even then I was like the older one of the team. I was like the hardened zombie killer.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like the one. The other ones would go, let's run down and kill a zombie. I go, no, let's walk down and kill 10. I
Yeah.
was that kind of character. I was cool, took my time to do things and do it well.
Oh, that's awesome. So I guess a couple of questions for you. What in your life kind of led you there? Like, what was it always kind of your aspiration to be some kind of a voice actor or a live action actor, or what led you there?
Luck,
Yeah.
fate.
Yeah.
I was I was a primary school assistant principal,
Okay.
and I was transferred to Tokyo to work with the Tokyo Department of Education for a 12-month secondment. So I was sent there I work for the government in New South Wales. They sent me there to be their representative because they had representatives all over the world, and I got to go there.
Okay.
And I just happened to be visiting a friend walking down the street in a place called Roppongi, which is where a lot of gaijin, which are foreigners, hang out. They had foreign bars, it had foreign restaurants. And I was just walking down the street to visit a friend who happened to live there, who was the Japanese chief of police, by the way. And a guy just come up to me and grabbed me and said, "Hey, we're looking for someone that looks like this, and he looks like you, and you look like him. Can you act?" And I went, "Oh yeah, I can give it a go, mate." And that was it. I was just in the right place at the
Yeah.
right time. It was nothing I aspired to. That was fun, and it was just one of those things that fell into my lap.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And since that moment, have there been other similar roles to
N-
that, or?
No, no, never. No one's ever come and accosted. Well, what happened? I was there, I was a teacher. My main
Right.
occupation was to work with the schools
Yeah.
in Tokyo in their English departments, in their language department. So I had a job doing that, and that was my number one focus. This was just something I did on the weekend or
Yeah.
one night kind of thing, or during the school holidays. So they had a good summer break. Actually happened during the school holidays. So it
Okay.
all worked out. Um, I went back to teaching, like I just did it one day. 3 days it took. One day kind of rehearsal, haircuts, fielding out for costumes and all those things. Second day went into a studio and they filmed the intro. And the third day was an all-night shoot where we went and filmed all the night scenes and the scenes in a riverbank, running around shooting guns, and they had the mist machines and all those things. And it was a really interesting experience because the directors didn't speak English. My Japanese was okay, but not good enough to understand their directions in fast Japanese, like, oh, God, and look scared. How do you, what, is this good enough? No, not scared enough. And they had a translator, right? And they'd go, no, you're not scared enough. So, oh, better, and kind of things like that. And it was like a lot of sitting around whenever you make a movie or a filming anything, there's a lot of downtime. You film, you might, and then you'll be film, and it might be a 10-second clip and it takes an hour and a half to film because in those days it was one camera, one spot. And but they'd then move around and take another, and the guy'd run around, and a lot of downtime, a lot of drinking tea and coffee, eating sushi, back out there to work. And I remember one we went out and we'd been fighting the whole time, and we're supposed to be at the end. This was the end. And our clothes were all pristine. And I remember that Charlie, one of the other actors, said, look, we've got to look dirty. We better look dirty. So I remember we're all rolling around in the dirt, rubbing mud on us and things like that to look like we'd been fighting and putting dirt on our face and all those kind of things. Because the makeup artist made us look pristine and we didn't need to look pristine.
Yeah.
So that happened. I did it. And I knew I did it, but it put it in the back of my head because I was focusing on my job. Then I did a couple of other jobs as actors. They got me for a pro wrestling job, things like that. I left Japan because I was only seconded for a year, went back to Australia and continued, became a school principal. And I knew I'd done something called, didn't even know the name of it. I knew I'd been in a movie. So they didn't tell us anything. So it was all hush hush, secret squirrel. They didn't want, Capcom didn't want Sega or whoever to find out what they were doing because they didn't even put our names in it hardly because they just put our first names. They didn't want anyone else to steal us and put us in their video.
Yeah.
So that meant there was no more work for us. I went back to Australia, and it was only in 2018 a fellow contacted me from France and said, "Were you the guy? You are the guy in this?" I went, "Yeah, that's me." "How'd you find me?" So artificial intelligence. I knew you came from Australia. I knew your name, and anything that came up with your name on it, we were scanning and found you in a picture. So yeah, okay, and that was about it. I didn't, and then I found, and then he made this podcast, and the next thing, 20,000 people are contacting me
Yeah.
and wanting to know about autographs and all that. I don't know about autographs. I don't know any of this stuff. It's all new to me. And then just kicked your bottle over in
That's all right.
2024, 2022. A guy called Andrew Joseph contacted me and said, "Oh, I found Charlie." I said, "Yeah, I've been in contact with Charlie on Facebook. I found Eric. Can you be you? I'm going to do an interview with you, like a full blown interview video. We're going to make a mini movie about finding you guys. Can you be in Utah?" And I went, "Yeah, mate, I can be there on the 6th of June. As long as give me an air ticket." And he did. And I was there on the 6th of June, and we filmed for a day in the studio, 2 days, um, playing the game for the very first time. So I'd never played it
Yeah.
before. Um, Being interviewed with everyone, like the three of us being interviewed by him. Uh, Lots of filming being done. And then he had this idea. He wanted to make a movie which wasn't a sequel, but a carry on from the game to show what happened 20 years later.
Um,
So, because he has to explain my age, like I've aged, I've gone from a red beard to a grey beard. And so what they did was he then crowdfunded and got it all together and pulled it all together over a period of 2 years. That was 24, 23. He started working on it. 24, they raised money and all that. And 25, we filmed it in Utah. So we got a whole new, so I got to film again and do all those things and be a part of a movie. So that was really a lot of fun.
that's cool.
Remembering the script was hard work.
Yeah.
Oh man, and it was all night shoots. We shot all night, like we're like vampires. We'd get up and get up at big on the road at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. As soon as it was dusk, we might have to travel for an hour to where, depending where the scene was, because we did different scenes in different shoots, and some were in houses, some were in caves, some were in a studio. So it was all night shoots. So you'd get picked up at 5 o'clock, drive for an hour, get there about 6 o'clock, have a bit to eat, makeup, costumes, rehearse, practice, and then 57 takes of that one scene. And then you do something in between. They might take a couple of other close ups and whatever else. Then you'd rest. And you do that all night till about 5, till the sun started coming up. Then they go, cut, can't do it because they all had to be done in the
Yeah.
dark, horror. And then we'd go back to the hotel, have breakfast, go to sleep, get up again. And it was really hard.
I'll
I
bet.
was absolutely exhausted by the end of it. I was really tired.
Yeah.
I slept for a lot, and I'd been on holiday in Europe, so I'd flown straight back to Australia from Europe, which is like a 30 hours, 40 hours by the time you have all those stoppages from Australia, Europe, from Istanbul back to Australia. I got home at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, had the whole next day at home. At 10 o'clock next morning, I set off for America. So I was pretty wasted by the time I got there.
I'll bet.
Yeah, so it was great fun, really good fun. And so there, that came out of it. And then a couple of years ago, I started getting invited to Comic Cons,
Yeah.
which are great because we get to meet the fans,
Yeah.
and they're really, really loyal fans and
Yeah.
great people, really good.
So thinking about your whole career in education, was there a point when you went back to doing all that? Were there any kids or even employees that were like, Oh man.
Not so much employees, but the kids that weren't at my school. I was in the street one day and a couple walked up and said, "Are you in a video game? You've got to be." And I went, "Yeah, I am." "Oh, okay." And they walked away. That
Yeah.
was it. It wasn't anything big. Like, "Oh, yeah, sure, yeah."
Yeah.
It was mainly later on that I started to get recognised. And now these days I'm recognised a lot more. We went out to Germany last year to a Comic Con.
Um,
Amazing, massive Comic Con, huge. And we went to Germany in Stuttgart and had to land in Munich. And we're in Munich and we did the Comic Con, and then going home, had to be waiting. I had to wait in Munich through the way it worked out and transpired with the trains. I was about 3-4 hours in Munich, so I thought I'll go for a walk around Munich. And I did have a Residence of Evil T-shirt. And I'm walking around, and all these people in the street. "Are you Barry Burton? Are you the real Barry Burton?" I went, "Yeah." And I thought, "Gee, I come to Germany to be recognised." Yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah.
So, how's that felt for you to know that you're part of something that people just love so much? It brings them a lot of joy and
It
stuff.
was really weird to
Yeah.
start with because it was hard to comprehend. Because to be honest, to start with, it was like 2.5 days of my life, and I'm 70 now. I know I don't look it. You can tell me I don't look 70. I'm
Not at
70.
all.
I'm 70 now, and I've been retired 10 years as a school principal. 'Cause in Australia, they kick you out at 60.
Mm,
And so I've been so it was just 3 days of my life, or 2.5 days of my life, and it was good fun, and I thought put it down to a great experience, but I had no idea it would lead to where it has led.
yeah.
If so I can say I had no idea this would be a path I'd lead down in retirement, and it's such a great path. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so lucky. Like, most people in retirement sit around and complain about their rheumatism or arthritis or the fact I don't know, they complain about something, where I don't have anything to complain about. The only thing to complain about is, gosh, I'm tired. I'm jet lagged from Australia. Like, the
Right?
last flight nearly killed me. Like, I had to stop in Hawaii for 7 hours. So it ended up being like 24 hours by the time 27 hours before I left home and got to here, kind of thing. It's a lot of time, kind of half sleeping, but I slept for a day and a half in Kansas City at a hotel. So I don't know much about Kansas City, except
Yeah.
the hotel had a really good hot tub. And that was about the most I did for 2 days.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well,
But no, it's
cool.
good.
Well, hey, thanks a lot for a few
Yeah.
minutes of your time.
Yeah, and the people in are just so good. The people in 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 town here, St. Joseph's, have been so welcoming and so friendly, and we just had the best time ever. And the food, we had some great meals in town,
Yeah.
and really had some good times, and met some beautiful people. Really, really, yeah, just so friendly.
That's
Reminds
great.
me of Australia.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
people are so friendly and welcoming.
I'm glad they've been like that. So,
Yeah, yeah, no, it's been great.
everyone, saying we're kind of Kansas City adjacent here. Has anyone asked you, has anyone made you have any of the barbecue yet?
No, I missed out on the barbecues. I I missed. I'm really, even when I was in Texas last time, they all told me I had to have brisket. I never got to have it because I just didn't get a chance. I think tonight we might be having a barbecue
Oh, good,
in
good.
Kansas City or something like that,
Awesome.
which I'm hoping is really good because my manager comes from Texas. He keeps saying, "Hey man, there's nothing better than a Texas barbecue. These Kansas guys can't do a barbecue like Texas." So
I don't know. I don't
Come
know.
on,
Yeah.
Kansas! You've got to lift. You got to make this guy eat his words.
Yeah, I think if you have depending on where you go tonight, he might be. So,
Yeah, okay, we can hope so. But look, all I want to say out there to any of the students listening, uh, never knock back an opportunity. You never know where it leads, as long as it's a safe opportunity, not the opportunity to jump off a building or something like that, or do something really dangerous, drive a car stupidly, unless you're on a racetrack. But if you never knock back any good opportunity that comes your way, like if I'd said to the guy, "Nah, I don't want to do that," I wouldn't have had this whole new world
yeah,
open up to me. So you never know where an opportunity is going to lead you and what track it's going to take you on.
yeah,
And I get to be an actor. I get to do lots of things.
that's
So
awesome.
yeah, just go with it. But don't take dumb opportunities, ones that are dangerous. Weigh it up.
Right.
You might, making a movie wasn't on the danger scale to me, but
Yeah,
if you'd asked me to jump off a 4-story building, yeah, I mightn't do that. Like,
yeah. Awesome. Well, hey, thanks so much for your time,
yeah,
man,
mate,
and thanks for
my
stopping
great
by.
pleasure. Thank you. Look, get along if you've still. I don't know when this goes out. If this goes out today, get down to St. Joseph's RetroCon and have a good time. If you missed it, come next year.
Yeah, come back next year, guys.
Come back next year. You all come back now.
Thank you, man.
See ya.